If you go to Amazon right now and you look for the best personal finance book, you will notice that there's one book that's always on the top of the bestseller list. This book has already sold 32 million copies and isn't going anywhere soon. But to be fair, it is a book you either love or you hate. There's no in between. The book I'm talking about is of course Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad Poor Dad tells the story of Robert's childhood from the age of 9 when he first wanted to become rich. You see, Robert grew up with his own biological father, who he labels Poor Dad, even though his dad had a PhD. But he also grew up with his best friend's dad, who he calls Rich Dad. Rich Dad didn't even finish high school, but ended up as one of the richest people in Hawaii. What's up everybody, my name is Lucas and welcome on my channel The Financial Collector. In today's video I share the 5 biggest takeaways from Rich Dad Poor Dad. But first, please support my channel by clicking that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't yet and hit that bell notification. Let's dive in. Key takeaway 1. The rich don't work for money. The biggest reason why most people are broke is because they only have one solution for earning money: working harder. But the problem with simply working harder is that it can't be done until the end of time. There's a limit to your earnings potential. There's a limit to your time and energy, which maybe could be better used to spend time with your family. Don't get me wrong, rich people don't spend their entire day lying at the beach. They do work. Actually, the majority of rich people I know work very hard. However, they look at work differently than the most of us do. Rich people and people who want to become rich work and learn every day how to put money to work from them. As rich people says, the poor and middle class work for money, the rich have money work for them. And this is the mindset that you need to adopt if you truly want to be rich. So what do most people do? Most of us, myself included, work at a job, but a job is a short-term solution for long-term problems. People only have jobs because they see the short-term problems, the bills at the end of the month. People stay at a job because they are afraid they will lose their job and don't have an income to pay their bills. But this mindset actually keeps you poor. Instead, Rich Dad tells us to use your emotions to think and look for ways to make your money work for you. Let's explain how. Key takeaway 2. Learn before you earn. Most people finish their education after 4 years of college and simply stop learning. But if you want to become rich, you need to join the lifelong study of money. You will keep on learning your entire lifetime, simply because the more you find out, the more you find out you need to know. The first lesson you need to learn is to spend less than you earn. This way you can keep your money. If all you do is spend your money, earning more money won't solve your problems. Big chance you just spend more money. Many of our problems are caused by thinking we need to spend our money to keep up with others and their spending behavior. Yet, this will only keep you poor. Only if you learn to live life on less than you earn, you can achieve true wealth. Kiyosaki defines wealth as a person's ability to survive so many number of days forward if you stop working today. So how long you can survive without a job. So what do you need to achieve true wealth? You need financial intelligence. If you want to be rich, you need to have some form of financial education. The biggest financial lesson you need to learn is this: rich people acquire assets, the poor and middle class acquire liabilities they think they are assets. So what are assets and liabilities? Simply said, assets put money into your pocket, whether you're working or not. Liabilities will only cost you money. When you understand this difference, focus your attention into buying assets. This is the best start in becoming rich. If you remember just one thing of this video, let it be this: buy assets, not liabilities. The next step is to take the extra cash flow from your assets and reinvest it into more assets. The more money goes into your asset column, the faster it grows. This way your income keeps growing. And as long as your expenses stay the same or even lower, you grow richer without having to do any more activities. Robert's rich dad also told him to seek more knowledge about money so he could earn and keep more of it. This can be done by developing your financial IQ, consisting of accounting, investing, understanding the markets, better known as economics, and your local law. Key takeaway 3. Build your own business. If it's so easy, why do people struggle all their life with money? The problem is that most people spend their entire life working for somebody else. Kiyosaki notes that most people confuse their job with their business. In other words, they spend their entire lives working in somebody else's business and making other people rich. I always love the analogy of your boss's Lamborghini. Last week, my boss arrived at work in a brand new Lamborghini. I said, "Whoa, that's an amazing car." You know what he replied? "If you work hard, put all your hours in, and strive for excellence, I'll get another one next year." Your job isn't your business. Your business is whatever is in your asset column. Your job is only focused on your income column. In the beginning, you should keep it simple. Keep your daytime job, reduce your expenses, and use any money left over to buy assets. Some examples of assets are income producing real estate, stocks or business that you own. Once you have the ball rolling and are producing extra income from your assets, you can use some money to buy luxuries. The rich buy luxuries last, while the poor and middle class buy luxuries first. Key takeaway 4. Work to learn. We already discussed your job from two perspectives, but let's take another approach. In school, we are only taught to work for money. Our teachers tell us to specialize. However, if you want to be rich, you need to learn a lot about different subjects. Especially if you are young, seek jobs not for that kind of income they give you, but what you can learn on the job. In one of the first chapters, Robert tells us about an interview he had with a young woman who had a master's degree in English. Kiyosaki advised her to learn to sell and do direct marketing so she could sell her books. However, she was offended that he even suggested it. After all the hard work for her degree, she didn't think she would have to stoop so low to learn how to be a salesperson, obviously a profession she didn't think very highly of. But maybe if she took the time to learn the skill, she could leverage her writing and achieve real wealth much sooner. Your education is more valuable than your money. Robert's rich dad encouraged you to work not just for money, but for learning. Focus on learning cash flows, system and people, as well as improving your communication, sales and marketing. These are the foundational stones to success in any area. But what if you rather pursue a high income earning job, like a software engineer or doctor? If this is the case for you, job security can be very important. So maybe it is better to join a union or take some form of special insurance. However, it is always better to learn. Key takeaway 5. Conquer your obstacles. You can have all the knowledge in the world. However, there are still some obstacles in your road to riches. Rich Dad Poor Dad shows 5 main reasons why financial literate people may still not develop the assets they're searching for. Obstacle 1. Fear. Nobody likes to lose money, even rich people. And it is okay to feel some fear. However, this shouldn't paralyze you into not taking action. Everybody has lost money when it comes to building their asset column. You can't avoid it. If you want to manage this fear, start your journey at a young age. The difference between rich people and poor people is that rich people are inspired when they lose. They learn from it. Poor people only accept defeat. Obstacle 2. Cynicism. The road to riches isn't what most people are pursuing, so don't expect people to cheer you on. Rather, you will probably face some raised eyebrows. Obstacle 3. Laziness. Did you notice that when you ask people nowadays how they're doing, they often reply with, "Ah, I'm so busy." But being busy doesn't mean you are productive. Busy people are often the most lazy people, and busyness is another form of laziness. Answering phone calls and keeping up with email isn't helping you to get rich. You will need a little greed. Obstacle 4. Bad habits. Our life is a sum of all our habits. For example, most people pay their bills first before they pay themselves. The result is that there's usually very little money left over at the end of the month for their investments. Rather, apply the pay yourself first principle, even if you don't have enough money to pay other people. This will make you not only financially, but also mentally stronger. Obstacle 5. Arrogance. If you want to escape the rat race, you constantly need to ask yourself how. If you don't know something about the subject, be honest with yourself and search for answers. People often act arrogant because they want to hide their ignorance. So in conclusion, takeaway 1, the rich don't work for money. They put their money to work. Takeaway 2, learn about money before you start to earn. Takeaway 3, build your own business. Don't spend your life working all the time for somebody else. Takeaway 4, work to learn. Don't specialize, learn a bit about a lot. Takeaway 5, conquer the biggest obstacles to achieve real wealth. If you want to learn more about personal finance, investing or money in general, be sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like if this video has helped you in any form. I see you in the next one.